everyone, Pete Winarski here. Welcome again to Business Results Radio. And today I'm with our executive mentor, Katrina Shaw. Katrina, hello.
Hello.
How's it going today? How you feeling?
Oh, just riding the wave.
Riding the wave. Here we are, working, once again, working in our home offices, trying to figure it all out. And, we are figuring it out. What's interesting about today's conversation, we're actually getting questions from clients, about overwhelm and about, hey, our guys aren't being very effective right now, or our team's struggling a little bit. Yes, there's the virtual team thing going on. We've been talking in a lot of recent episodes about that, and we'll continue to talk about that. We also have this sense of, well, where does overwhelm come from? And so we actually put together a model that we shared with a client recently, and we wanted to share that here with you. And so, Katrina, you and I will banter through some of these points. You'll come at it from your executive mentor, background psychology perspective. I'll come at it from a business perspective. We'll combine it together. So whether you're a business leader or just an individual who's struggling right now, maybe some of this will be helpful today. So it starts with, there's kind of external factors and internal factors. So let's talk about external first. External factors really are what's expected of me versus how am I delivering on those expectations. Pretty fundamental. So let me just open it up, Katrina. What do you see in the world relative to how we as individuals and how you listeners might have expectations that you're struggling to hit?
Honestly, I think the biggest thing that I can think of right now is just adaptation to working in a different way. So the thing that I'm seeing with my clients is that they're being asked to perform their job in whether it be at home with kids now, whether it be via technology that they have never used, whether that be that, they're trying to come up with a new marketing plan that can reach people at home versus like in stores or in businesses, wherever they are, right? So I think really it's the adjustment of how do I meet these expectations or better, how do I meet the demands of my job in an entirely different platform now?
Yeah, and for sure. I mean, you talk about technology. That's one. We're just with some of the family Zoom calls. Invariably somebody's like, "I can't hear you guys," and
like everyone talking over each other, and you're like, "What?
Yeah, my brother had his wife's birthday party, a couple of weekends ago on Zoom, and there were like 50 people there, all talking at the same time because he didn't quite yet know how to click, the mute all buttons. Yeah, and it's happening, for us in our working environment as well. So, let's just pull it out of a non-COVID world for a second, where, because there. Some of the conversations that we're having, people are still at work. Some people, are, whether you've been deemed, necessary versus unnecessary, people are still going in. There's a lot of operations. If certainly if you're manufacturing products, those products need to get made. So, facilities are still running. So some of those people who are there, but then beyond, just like pretend either go back 6 months or forward 6 months, one way or another. Expectations that somebody's laying on your shoulders versus how are you doing against those expectations. That can be stressful if you're not delivering.
Okay, so you're talking about the experience of basically pressure to be better in some way.
Yeah.
And for whatever reasons, you're struggling to perform at the level that you're wanted to perform at.
Yeah. So I think let's just acknowledge that if you have high expectations on your shoulders, that could be difficult and become overwhelming, right back to this overwhelm discussion, if you're struggling to meet those expectations.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think a big thing is that sometimes these conversations are not had in terms of where does someone thrive best, right? So we can't expect that every employee is going to meet the same demands or have the same time management, or there are some people who can just handle a ton. They'll just, they can put their head down and do endless amounts of work. And then other people, they just, their way of processing information is just different. Neither is necessarily better or worse, but I think, having conversations about what is a fit, and do we need to reallocate, some of the workload, or adjust, the role that somebody has, so that they're not in a constant state of overwhelm. Mm-hmm. And I think really good leadership, that would be taken into consideration as sort of rather than a one size fits all. I believe that, it would depend, how does this person meet the expectations, and are adjustments necessary so that performance is better, overall. Right. Efficiency and effectiveness is ultimately better by readjusting.